And we are going to begin our newscast tonight with more on the major story from much of the Gulf South, the arrival of Hurricane Helene to the Big Bend area of Florida. South Mississippians tonight are mobilizing to help our Florida neighbors after the storm passes. Some of those groups are actually already in place. WXXV News 25's Marco Bittnell is live tonight with more on that. Good evening, Marco.
Yeah, thanks, Grant. Although us here in South Mississippi won't be really seeing any of that dangerous weather from Helene, Helene is still making its presence felt along the coast as multiple organizations are using their resources to help in Hurricane Helene recovery efforts. One of those being Mississippi Power, which on Thursday morning sent a storm team over to Georgia to help with power recovery efforts. We're told that over 260 linemen and technicians were sent over to Georgia, and it was confirmed that just a little while ago that storm team has made it safely to Georgia, and they are currently waiting to take part in those power recovery efforts. We're also told by Coastal Electric that they have 28 of their employees being sent just outside of Tallahassee, Florida to help with any power issues, and that a total of 280 employees from these Mississippi Power cooperatives are taking part in these power recovery efforts in areas that need them the most. It being very evident that these Mississippi Power cooperatives are doing their absolute best to make sure that those in need are getting the help that they need from Helene.
Marco Bittnell is live once again to tell us about the Mississippi Task Force. Hey, Marco.
Grant, thank you. I know that earlier I mentioned that Mississippi Power, along with other power cooperatives, have sent teams to help in power recovery efforts for Georgia for Hurricane Helene. But we now know that the Mississippi State Task Force has been sent to West Florida to help aid in recovery efforts. Now, that task force specializes in urban rescue as well as swift water rescue, and the members of that task force come from Gulfport, Biloxi, Hattiesburg, as well as Petal. Now, in the past, that task force has been deployed to help in situations such as man-made disasters as well as natural disasters such as Hurricane Katrina, so it's safe to say that they have experience in dealing with dangerous situations such as these. And this task force is one of many organizations across South Mississippi doing their part to make sure that those in the path of Helene are getting the help that they need. And make sure to stay posted. I'm going to continue to keep you updated the rest of the night on all these organizations that are doing their best to make sure that those in the path of Helene are getting the help that they need. Yeah, thanks, Grant. We have confirmation that the Coast Guard station at Pascagoula is being deployed to Florida to help with recovery efforts from Helene. That station specializes in flood rescue operations, and they say that after the storm, they are fully prepared to help with rescues, clear out neighborhoods, as well as provide further assistance. We also know that 24 American Red Cross volunteers from both Mississippi and Alabama are currently in the areas affected providing assistance, some of them in Georgia and Florida helping those in need, while others are in an evacuation shelter in Dothan, Alabama, helping those in need. Once that storm passes, those volunteers will be helping in mobile food trucks, providing aid to those affected by the storm. These are just a few examples of many organizations across Mississippi doing their absolute best to make sure that those in the path of Helene are getting the help and the relief that they so desperately need. For now, reporting where you live in Gulfport, Marco Bittnell,